Hi, how are you?
Doing great. Are we ready to begin?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, let's get the show started.
I heard we're starting with the Spanish speaker first.
Correct.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is the Spanish interpreter.
The jail said they wanted to start with Spanish first so we can get you on your way.
Thank you.
Ready to go? Thank you, see, I'm going to straight again. Yeah. Okay.
The first thing, right? Oh, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, this.
Oh, yeah, that's what I.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Bueno, ¿da su nombre, por favor?
Dulce Jazmín Verdugo Mata.
Dulce Jazmín Verdugo Mata.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. I'm here to conduct your initial appearance.
Yo soy el juez Hazel y estoy aquí para realizar su comparecencia inicial.
You have
Gracias.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You have charges of assault and criminal damage.
Y con gusto, tiene cargos por agresión y por daños a propiedad ajena.
I'm going to take the following actions in your case.
Voy a tomar las siguientes acciones en su caso.
I am going to release you.
Voy a dejarla en libertad.
I'm going to give you a new court date of December 2nd at 1:30 p.m. in Tucson City Court.
Le voy a dar una nueva fecha de corte para el 2 de diciembre a la 1:30 de la tarde en el Tribunal Municipal de Tucson.
Standard release conditions will apply to include
Y las condiciones de liberación que le van a aplicar incluyen las siguientes.
commit no acts of domestic violence,
Tiene prohibido cometer cualquier otro acto de violencia doméstica.
no alcohol or drugs,
No puede cargar ni consumir drogas ni
firearms,
no puede tener ningún arma de fuego.
no contact with any victims,
Tiene prohibido tener contacto con alguna víctima.
and don't return to the incident locations.
Y no puede regresar al lugar del incidente.
You are being released. Make sure you make
Usted
your court date on December the 2nd.
se la están dejando en libertad, entonces asegúrese de presentarse a su fecha de corte el 2 de diciembre.
Claro que sí, muchas gracias, señoría.
Of course I will. Thank you so much, Your
All
Honor.
right, you have a good day.
Que tenga un feliz día.
Usted también, gracias.
Same to you and thank you.
Oh,
And did you help confirm that's the only Spanish speaker?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, the interpreter can be released. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day. Thank you. Interpreter will now disconnect.
All right, Kim, what one's going to be next then? 101?
Thank you. Yeah, as long as she has, she can. Does the judge know the third one is you choose? Yes, just say it so you can. And Your Honor, if I may, I would like to advise the court that Magdalene Davis has refused court today.
All right, I'm just going to go through and process their release. I was going to release them anyway. So, but thank you for telling me that.
Of course, Your Honor.
Yeah. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Belinda Faye Carvalho.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of disorderly conduct and assault out of Tucson City Court. I am going to release you, give you a new court date of December the 2nd at 1:30 p.m. Standard release conditions will apply, including no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, no acts of domestic violence. So you are being released. You must appear in court on December 2nd in Tucson City Court. Any
Yes,
questions?
sir.
Any questions?
No, sir.
All right, good luck.
No, sir.
Good luck.
Thank
to
you.
Back to my phone. All right, if you're up next, report, okay? I don't know what the.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
It's Erica Marino.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with theft out of Marana City Court. Do you understand why you're here today?
Not for that, Your Honor. They said it was from April, and my neighbor said that I took water from their house, but I was out of state, so
Well,
I'm not sure.
I'm just telling you why you're here.
Okay.
You want to argue with me about why you're here?
No.
We can do that.
No, Your Honor, I didn't.
What I'm going to do is release you and give you a new court date
Okay. Thank
on,
you, Your Honor.
on November the 12th at 9:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Okay, you're going to be released. Just make sure you make all your court dates, all right?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you have a good day.
You as well.
All right, which one do you think's next now? Nothing's happening fast today. Number 2.
It's me. It's me. Me, this. Lord, Pima 43. Yes. Mr. Garcia, go and take a seat.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Jose Garcia.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with disorderly conduct, domestic violence, domestic violence assault. And that's out of the Justice Court. What I'm going to do is release you, give you a new court date in Justice Court on the 12th of November at 10:30 in the morning. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, not to return to the scene of the crime. If you have property at that location, you can return with the police to get that property by calling the non-emergency number for the sheriff and making an appointment to go there. The other release conditions are no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. So you are being released. Your next court date is the 12th of November.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, all the way up.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Tiana Lita Brown.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. I'm here today to conduct your initial appearance. You're charged with assault, domestic violence, disorderly conduct, domestic violence out of the city of Tucson. I am going to release you and give you a new court date of December the 2nd at 1:30 p.m. at Tucson City Court with Judge Million. Standard release conditions will apply, including no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, and commit no acts of domestic violence. You are being released. Your next court date is November the 12th. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Figueroa.
Can I have your name, please?
Fran Figueroa. Sir.
I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with disorderly conduct and assault, domestic violence out of Tucson City Court. I'm going to release you. I'm going to give you a new court date of December the 2nd in Tucson City Court with standard release conditions. Those include no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, commit no acts of domestic violence. So you are being released. Your next court date is December the 2nd, okay?
Well, sir.
All right, good luck.
Yes.
Good luck to you.
Okay.
Number 3, you think is next?
I'm. Shoot, everyone looks back. Yeah, and I watched everything that was public. 160, 160.
Good morning, Judge.
Hey, how are you today?
Good. How are you, Judge?
Great. Now that you're here.
Oh, thank you.
Sir, can I have your name?
Jamie Lemire.
I'm Judge Hazel. Counsel, do you want me to read the charges or you waive that?
Judge, we will waive reading. Thank you.
All right, sir, the purpose of this hearing today is for me to set release conditions on your case. Does the state have a position?
Okay, sorry about that, Your Honor. I have to fix my microphone. I believe the state's recommendation on this was $500.
Okay. You might want to check your internet connection. You're kind of breaking up. Attorney for the defendant?
Thank you, Judge. We are asking the court to consider releasing Jamie to pretrial services supervision with an order of no contact with the victims. The reasons being he has absolutely no felony or misdemeanor criminal history. He is employed with the Air Force. His wife can provide third-party custody and transport, and he does not know the victims in this case. So for all those reasons, Judge, we're asking for pretrial services.
All right, I'm going to take the following actions. I'm going to release them and give them a new court date for a preliminary hearing on November the 24th at 1:30 p.m. in Justice Court. He'll be released through the supervision of pretrial services with the following standard conditions: no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, no contact with any victims. Don't go to the incident location. I am appointing the Office of Public Defender to represent the defendant. It is the 24th at 1:30 p.m. You are being released. You must appear at that date or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Joshua Mosley.
Judge Hazel, I'm here to conduct your initial appearance today. You're charged with burglary, use of dangerous drugs, possession of burglary tools, possession of drug paraphernalia. Purpose of this hearing is for me to set release conditions in your case. State have a recommendation, please?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is recommending a $50,000 bond plus pretrial services. This was based on the defendant's prior felony convictions, which I believe there is at least a total of 5 here in Tucson, and the fact that he doesn't have a known residence. This is pending an investigation. They're noted in the interim complaint. There have been other burglaries to the same business, and law enforcement are awaiting DNA evidence and video evidence before bringing those charges. And it would make it difficult because the defendant has, or it was noted that the defendant does not have a known residence at this time. So it would be difficult to relocate the defendant.
All right, thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, we're asking the court to consider releasing Mr. Mosley to pretrial services supervision. I can give him information to the transition center where he can work with them to potentially find housing. But if your honor is not inclined, Mr. Mosley is unable to afford a $50,000 bond. We ask that it be somewhere closer to $1,000 bond. And Judge, the case before the court is just one burglary. I understand the state's position that there may be further investigation on other burglaries, but before the court today is just this one interim complaint. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to take the following actions in this matter. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on November the 12th at 1:30 p.m. in Justice Court. I'm going to set the bond at $5,000 cash secured if bond is posted and released through pretrial services. Standard release conditions will apply, including no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, no acts of domestic violence. I'm going to direct that he have no contact with any victims if he is released and not return to any incident location. If he is released for some reason, he will be supervised through pretrial services. Finally, I am appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent him in all further proceedings. Good luck to you, sir. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Amanda, Lady Janelle Millette.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. I'm here to
Hi.
conduct your initial appearance. You're charged today with aggravated assault with a deadly instrument and aggravated harassment. The purpose of this hearing, again, is for me to set release conditions. Does the state have a recommendation, please?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation was for a $50,000 bond plus pretrial services. There were two victims who are identified in this particular incident, including, and one of the victims has filed, of course, the injunction. The defendant used a weapon during this offense. So the state is asking, and there were allegations that the defendant posed an additional threat by being recorded on video outside of the victim's home with a knife. So the state is asking for the $50,000 bond plus pretrial services due to the posing threat.
All right, thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, we are asking the court to consider releasing Amanda to pretrial services supervision while acknowledging these are some serious charges. Her last felony conviction is from 2011, which is her sole felony conviction. Pretrial services was able to talk to her mother, who mentioned that she can provide limited support, although not housing. Amanda is able to not return to the incident location and find housing on her own. So for all those reasons, Judge, we are asking for pretrial services release at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on November the 12th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to set the bond at $10,000 cash secured pretrial if it's posted. Standard release conditions will apply, including no alcohol, no drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no contact with the victim, don't return to the scene of the crime. Lastly, I am appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent the defendant in all further proceedings. So, ma'am, your new court date is November the 12th. Your bond has been set in the amount of $10,000. Good luck to you, ma'am. Do you have more files over there? I was like, did I lose them or what?
It's a report.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Gilbert Great Post.
I am Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of felony or aggravated DUI. The purpose for this hearing is for me to set release conditions on your case. Does the state have a recommendation?
The state's recommendation was $10,000 plus pretrial services due to the defendant being on probation for DUI.
Okay, thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Yes, Judge, thank you. So I understand Ms. Greathouse is on probation for misdemeanor DUI, but she reports to me that she has 4 children and is gainfully employed. Your Honor, it's very likely that there may be some DCS involvement following this indictment. She's lived in Tucson for 31 years. She is employed, has a stable residence. So we're asking for pretrial services release. But if the court's not inclined to do that, we ask that the bond be somewhere closer to $1,000. That is how much she can afford at this time. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on November the 24th at 1:30 p.m. I am going to release her to pretrial services with the following conditions. Don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol, no drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms. Again, she will be supervised by pretrial services. Lastly, I'm appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent her in all further proceedings. Ma'am, your next court date is November the 24th. You are being released. Please remember those release conditions, because if you violate them, you could be held in custody on much more severe conditions. So good luck to you. You're being released.
Thank you.
Judge Bianca just wants me to thank you one more time for being safe.
Sir, can I have your name?
Alfred Moyer.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you're charged with theft of more than $1,000 and burglary in the 3rd degree. The purpose of this hearing is for me to set release conditions on your case because this is an initial appearance. Does the state have a position in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. The state has recommended a $20,000 bond plus pretrial services. This was based on the defendant's prior felony convictions, which there were several here in Tucson dating back to 2015. If convicted at trial or in a plea, he is facing mandatory prison time.
Okay, thank you. So you're not asking to be held without bond then?
Not at this time, Your Honor. But I will also note that the NCA FTA scales are 5 and 6.
Okay. Well, I noticed that the allegation is he committed this offense while on release. Attorney for the defendant.
Yes, Judge. And we acknowledge that the state could have asked for a no bond hold and is just choosing not to proceed no bond this morning. But Judge, since it's a property offense and the court will be setting a bond, we just ask the court to consider setting a close to $1,000 bond on this matter if you're not inclined to release Mr. Moya.
All right, thank you. I'm going to take the following actions. I'm going to set this matter for preliminary hearing on November the 12th at 1:30 p.m. in Justice Court. I'm going to set the bond at $10,000 cash secured. If the bond is posted and released through pretrial services, the following release conditions will apply. Don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, no weapons. Again, if he is released, it will be through pretrial services. No contact with any victims, don't return to the incident location. Lastly, I am appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent the defendant in all further proceedings. Good luck to you, sir. Your new court date is November the 12th. Sir, can I have your name, please?
Christian Rodriguez.
I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with disorderly conduct with a weapon, discharging a firearm within city limits, possession of narcotics, possession of drug paraphernalia, misconduct with weapons. Purpose of this hearing is for me to set release conditions on your case. State have a recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation was for a $20,000 bond plus pretrial services. While it is noted that the defendant does not have felony history, it should be also noted that the defendant is a continual risk to the victim, that a weapon was used during this incident. So the state, and that it is a domestic violence case. So the state is asking for that, for all those reasons, for a $20,000 bond plus the pretrial service.
Thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, as the state noted, Mr. Rodriguez has absolutely no felony or misdemeanor criminal history. Pretrial Services was able to talk to the victim in this case. She has indicated she wants contact and has no objection if the court were to release Mr. Rodriguez. Your Honor, we understand if the court has concerns and wants to enter a no contact order. We have no objection to that. Mr. Rodriguez is employed. He has a stable residence. He has no problem staying away from the victim if the court would order that today. And Judge, given the complete lack of history and his age, we're asking the court to consider releasing to pretrial. But if Your Honor is inclined to set a bond, $20,000 is high. We would ask the court to consider setting somewhere close to $2,000. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'm going to take the following actions. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on November the 12th at 1:30 p.m. in Justice Court. I'm going to set the bond at $10,000 cash secured if the bond is posted and released through pretrial services. The following other conditions will apply. Don't drive without a valid license. No alcohol, no drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms. If he is released, he must surrender all firearms to law enforcement. Again, if he is released, he must be supervised by pretrial services. Lastly, no contact with any victims, and do not go to any incident location. In the office of the public defender to represent him in all further proceedings. Sir, your bond has been set in the amount of $10,000. You have a new court date of November the 12th at 1:30 p.m. Good luck to you, sir.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hi, what is your name?
My name is Diamantino Giorgio Nicholas Peralta Salvador. I go by Gio.
Okay, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with possession of dangerous drugs, theft of a credit card, possession of drug paraphernalia, and computer tampering. Purpose of this hearing for today is for me to set release conditions on your case. Does the state have a recommendation in this matter?
Your Honor, the state's recommendation was $5,000 plus pretrial services.
All right, thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, we're asking for Mr. Salvador's release to pretrial services supervision. While we understand he doesn't have a stable residence, I will give him information to the transition center, which will open on Monday. Your Honor, Mr. Salvador has absolutely no felony criminal history. The charges, I believe, even after a trial loss, probation available, although not probation mandated. Your Honor, since this is a proper, the charges, I believe, even after a trial loss, probation available, although not probation mandated. Your Honor, since this is a property offense, we are asking you to consider Mr. Salvador released to pretrial services.
I'm willing to do anything.
Thank you. I'm going to take the following actions in this matter. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on November the 12th at 1:30 p.m. in Justice Court. I'm going to set the bond at $2,500 cash secured with pretrial if he is released. Standard release conditions will apply, including don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol, no drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms. Additionally, no contact with any victims and don't return to incident locations. Lastly, I am appointing the office of the public defender to represent the defendant in all further proceedings. Sir, your next court date is November the 12th. I've set your bond at $2,500 cash secured, meaning if you post the bond, you will be released. Otherwise,
Sir,
you remain in custody until your next court date. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor. Your Honor, I am homeless and I don't have any way, and it was my anniversary yesterday.
Don't talk about the case.
Sir, I've made a decision. Your attorney will
Yes,
advise
sir.
you not to talk about the fact of the case that could be used against you. This is a recorded and broadcast event.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, can I have your name, please?
Brian Vanderveer.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with burglary in the third degree and possession of burglary tools, both felonies. Purpose of this hearing is for me to set release conditions in your case today. Looks like you also have a warrant out of the city of Tucson as well. State have a position in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's bond recommendation was $20,000 plus pretrial services. While it is noted that the defendant doesn't have a significant criminal history, it should also be noted that the defendant is suspected, along with the co-defendant earlier in the proceedings, of 6 more burglaries on the same business, and law enforcement are awaiting DNA evidence and video evidence. The defendant is homeless, and it will make it difficult to relocate him.
All right, thank you. Attorney for the defendant?
Judge, we would ask the court to appoint the legal defender's office since he's a co-defendant, and we are also requesting the court to consider releasing Ryan to pretrial services supervision. As the state pointed out, he has absolutely no felony criminal history. We understand he has a warrant from city court, but I can give him information about the transition center where he can make attempts to find stable housing. Thank you, Judge.
I'm going to set the bond in the amount of $2,500 cash secured. I'm going to set the matter for a preliminary hearing on November the 12th at 1:30 p.m. Standard release conditions will apply with additional conditions: no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, not to return to the scene of the crime, and no contact with any victims. I am appointing the Office of Legal Defender to represent the defendant in all further proceedings. Sir, your next court date is November the 12th at 1:30 p.m. in Justice Court. Your bond has been set in the amount of $2,500. Let's go on to your Tucson City Court case now. You have a warrant out of the city of Tucson. On that warrant out of the city of Tucson, I am releasing you. I'm going to set your matter for a non-transport review on November the 19th at 9 a.m. If you get released prior to that time, you must appear in Tucson City Court, but I am releasing you under standard release conditions. I'm also appointing the Tucson City Public Defender to represent you in all further proceedings. Good luck to you, sir. Good morning, sir. Can I have your name, please? Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. Purpose of this hearing is for me to set release conditions in your case. You're charged with prohibited possessor of a weapon, possessing a deadly weapon in the commission of a felony, possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. That is why you're here today. Does the state have a recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation was $15,000 plus pretrial services. This is based on the prior felony convictions and the possession of the firearm.
All right, thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Yes, Judge. Thank you. We're asking the court to consider releasing Mr. Garcia to pretrial services. His last conviction is from 2019. The primary offense in this matter, judges, is a theft offense, which is a property offense. So we are asking for one chance on pretrial services.
Thank you. I'm going to take the following actions in this matter. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on November the 12th at 10 a.m. in Ajo Justice Court. I am going to set the bond at $5,000 cash secured. Pretrial if the bond is posted. Standard release conditions will apply, including no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. No contact with any victims. Don't return to the incident location. Finally, I am appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent the defendant in all further proceedings. Sir, your next court date is November the 12th in Ajo Justice Court for a preliminary hearing. If you post a bond, you will be released. Otherwise, you must appear. You will be transported to court. Good luck to you, sir.
Mr. Garcia, I won't be able to give you an advice sheet, so call your public defender when you get the paperwork from the officer, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. What's your name, ma'am?
Allison Lamson.
And was this the one where the victim was going to call in and he's not here yet? Okay. Let's wait a minute. We gave the victim all the information to call in and he wanted to be heard. So, but we just gave it all to him. So we'll give it a minute and see if he signs in.
In the meantime, Your Honor, I'm the Spanish interpreter. I didn't receive a list for tonight, so I don't know if there are any Spanish speakers tonight.
There are not, and you can be excused. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
Good night. You guys have anybody else in the room?
Yes, we do.
Okay, why don't we have Miss Lamson sit down for a minute and then see if the victim calls in, and we could do the next
Okay.
person. Thanks.
We can go. All the way.
What's your sir? Okay. You have 2 criminal trespasses, possession of prescription drugs, and a failure to appear that I'm seeing you on. A criminal trespass. Because I'm going to order you not to go back to any incident locations, and then I know that you're being held for other stuff. So anyway, I'm just going to give you a city public defender, and December 19th at 9 is court date. Okay, bye. I think we can have Ms. Lamson back yet now. The victim here on the Lamson case.
Hello.
Hello. What's your name, sir?
Hi. My name is Aaron.
Okay. All right. So, Ms. Lamson, you are charged with domestic violence, criminal damage, and I'm going to order you not to commit any acts of domestic violence, and I'm going to release you. And you need to come back to Sarita Municipal Court on November 25th at 8:30, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. My understanding, sir, is that you are comfortable with contact and return. Is that correct?
Well, we live in a state of been there a little bit.
No, you can just tell me whether or not you want to have contact or return. So I can't hear anything about the case today. So if you're not comfortable with that, I will order no contact now.
Remember, that is know where it needs a site being filed immediately. This is not the way you can conflict with all things. You have DCS, you have the school.
Today, you can talk to the Sarita.
I understand.
Okay. So.
Okay, so now how does this work? Are you the judge?
Court date will be November 25th at 8:30, and you need to come to court at that time, and you can talk to the prosecutor at that time and to the judge. You have a right to be heard. Now, I'm just going to order no acts of domestic violence, ma'am, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and come back to court November 25th at 8:30. Okay?
And no weapons?
No, I didn't see anything that would require that tonight, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so what should I do to get picker? Yeah,
Okay, so you got it.
Cindy?
All right, you're charged with 3 counts of child abuse, domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct, and 3 counts of endangering the health or safety, life or health or safety of minors. So I'm going to appoint Peter Gutierrez to represent you on these also. I'm going to hold you on a $1,500 bond, and we'll consolidate all of your cases, and you'll be seen on November 7th at 1:45. And no contact with any of the victims unless it's through unless DCS approves it. And that's it, ma'am. So Pete Gutierrez will be out to talk to you. Hi, counsel. How are you?
Hi, Judge. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Haven't seen you for a while.
I know it's been a bit.
And missed you, I will say.
Oh, did you? Oh, thank you, Judge. I missed all the judges too.
Down every time someone does.
What's your name, sir?
Hello, good evening. Roberto Enrique.
All right. You are charged with 2nd-degree burglary and possession of a narcotic drug. I am going to appoint the public defender to represent you and order you not to go back to the incident location, no contact with the victims, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to release you to pretrial services, so you need to report to them and come back to court in Green Valley for your preliminary hearing on November 20th at 1:30, or a warrant issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. What's your name, ma'am?
Natasha Plant.
All right, you are charged with aggravated driving under the influence and felony criminal damage. And counsel, the state's asking for a $20,000 bond. I know we're a little hampered, all of us, by the fact that there's no background checks that are being run. So, did you want to be heard?
Yes, please, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll let the state go first.
Sorry, Your Honor. I just would like to highlight the fact that it was a 299 on the PBT. There were several admissions, and she was already on misdemeanor DUI probation at the time of this offense. She admitted to crashing, and she admitted to being, quote, jacked up when the police asked her if she'd been drinking alcohol.
Okay. All right. Vince?
thank you, Judge. So I understand the state's position. However, Ms. Bourne was previously on probation on 3 separate matters, and she earned misdemeanors on all 3 felony matters, looking at the pretrial services report. That's what it says. We acknowledge she has that misdemeanor DUI case, Your Honor, in city court, I believe. But given that Ms. Bourne has lived in Tucson for 11 years, seems to be employed full time and has a grandma who can assume third party custody and take her to court, we're asking you to consider giving Ms. Bourne one chance on pretrial services. And that's it, Judge. Thank you.
Yeah. I will note that it was a extreme DUI with an alcohol of 0.20 or more on this last one. I am going to appoint the public defender to represent Ms. Horn. No return to the incident location, no contact with the victims, no driving without a valid license, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I am going to hold her on a $15,000 bond, pretrial services if posted, and the preliminary hearing will be November 12th at 1:30. What's your name, sir?
Jonathan Lara.
All right, you're charged with arson of property and domestic violence criminal damage. And I'll ask the state, since pretrial services didn't say anything about this pending felony. Is a pending felony a DV?
Yes, Your Honor. It's a similar situation where he had a knife and threatened to kill his wife and crashed his car into her car. The incident date was 8/23/25, and it's pending charges in our office.
Okay. All right. So the state's asking for a $20,000 bond. Defense, would you like to be heard?
Certainly, Judge. I have no information about this pending DV case. I'm hearing about it for the first time from the state. I didn't see anything on the pretrial services report either.
Yeah, I didn't either. That's why I got it off of her recommendation. So I was curious, but
Oh, okay. So, Your Honor, but before the court is this case only, so I'd ask the court not to consider the other matter since it's not issued yet. We would ask the court to consider releasing Mr. Lara to pretrial services supervision, primarily because the victim was contacted, she suffered no injuries, and she surprisingly wants further contact. Mr. Lara is employed full-time. His last conviction is relatively old, from 2014. So, Judge, we are asking for pretrial services, but if Your Honor is not inclined, we ask that the bond be somewhere close to $2,000. Thank you.
I will appoint the public defender, and I know that Ms. Chesney said she wanted contact, but I'm not comfortable with this if there's two alleged incidents is pending. So I'm going to order no contact with Ms. Chesney, no return to her homework or school, no firearms, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence. And I am going to hold the defendant on a $20,000 bond, pretrial services if posted, and November 12th at 1:30 will be the preliminary hearing. What's your name, ma'am?
Heather Marks.
You are charged with felony criminal damage, and the state is asking for a $20,000 bond. We don't have any background checks. Does the state have any knowledge of any other prior DUIs?
Your Honor, I don't have any information regarding any prior DUIs. My main concern in this case is the fact that she admitted to consuming alcohol, admitted to falling asleep, and she drove her vehicle into a home, which not only caused significant damage to the garage and the vehicle inside, but to the belongings around it. And the state is obviously concerned that had there just been a slight adjustment to the wheel, this could have been a very different situation.
Okay. And what's the defense position?
Judge, as the officer noted in the interim, the DUI investigation is still pending before the court is a property offense, although we do acknowledge it's a relatively serious property offense with criminal damage of dollar values up to $50,000. Your Honor, before the court is not an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon dangerous instrument charge. So given the nature of the offense at this stage of the proceedings, we are asking you to consider releasing Ms. Marks to pretrial services.
All right. I will appoint the public defender. No return to the incident location. No contact with the victims. Don't drive without a valid license. No alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'm going to release Ms. Marks to pretrial services given the lack of any kind of history. November 24th at 1:30 will be the preliminary.
Great.
What's your name, sir?
Angel Morales.
Got a warrant for you out of Maricopa County charging with theft of means of transportation, 4 counts of burglary, and 2 counts of attempt to commit burglary. And it appears that Mr. Morales has never been charged in this before. Is that?
Correct, Judge. Looks like a summons was mailed and Mr. Morales didn't have any notice, but he was never previously arrested on this case.
Okay, and it's from 2022. So, Mr. Morales, what I'm going to do is release you on your promise to appear, on your promise to report to Maricopa County Superior Court within 72 hours of release, okay? So you need to go in the next couple of days, call them or do whatever you need to do to contact them. Otherwise, the warrant will reissue. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then I'm going to release you at this time since these are older. Okay. Right, I just made up a date on that. It wouldn't let me get out of it. What's your name? All right, Mr. Proudlock. Is this really an Aho? It's not, right? No, I'm looking at the wrong. It is. Right. My paperwork says Aho. That's why I was trying to figure out what. Let me figure out something. Hold on. All right, Mr. Proudlock. Why does this say Aho? Really, but not through Aho. He's here. So we still have to give him an Aho date.
Yeah, I read it.
Huh. All right. Somehow we show him as being an Aho person, but I don't know why. Anyway, I'm going to give him an Aho Justice Court date, counsel, and you all can figure it out. So, Mr. Proudlock, you are charged with possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a narcotic drug. You may be eligible to participate in a, right? Let me look. I thought I saw that he was eligible. Yeah. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS. It requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these drug accusations, your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in learning more about the STEPS program?
Yeah, ma'am.
However, counsel, I'm thinking. What? I think I'm going to our date. He's here. So, all right. Which is the 12th, same date. Well, it's 1:30. So, however, counsel, I'm thinking about holding Mr. Proudlock, one, because I'm going to hold him on my cases. And two, he's got a really high risk assessment. So did you want to be heard before I make that final decision?
Certainly, Judge. I was actually going to challenge probable cause as to the dangerous drug count. What I see on the interim complaint is just allegations that he was in possession of heroin and some fentanyl, which are both narcotics, and I didn't see any dangerous drug. And it's an interesting interim, Judge, because typically the officer puts in the reason for the arrest, but
I know.
surprisingly, we don't have a reason.
Yeah. There was another one. They were like, stop for some, and they left out why the person was stopped. I saw that too. So heroin. So you're saying heroin and fentanyl are both dangerous drugs? Is that what you're saying?
Narcotics.
Oh, they're both narcotics. Oh, and me and the officer didn't even notice that. So does the state want to be heard on what I should
Your
do?
Honor, we do have inconsistencies sometimes with police reports, and when the county attorney's office gets a hold of them, we amend the charges to the correct charge. I do believe there's enough information here to hold him on probable cause, given the paraphernalia, the possession of the heroin, and the narcotics.
Okay. All right. So I guess I could say that if I don't find probable cause, then I would release him, but then he's going to be held on my TV court case, counsel. So shall I just hold him anyway? But I'll hold him on a lesser bond because I do agree with you that it's kind of not the greatest probable cause statement.
Okay, Judge. Then I'd ask for $25 for time credit. I know that's a that's a lot to ask, but Mr. Proudlock is unable to afford any bond at this time. So
Okay. All right. I am going to appoint the public defender for Mr. Pradlock. No alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to hold him on a $500 bond because I agree with the probable cause assessment and release to pretrial if posted. And the preliminary or the steps hearing will be November 12th at 9 o'clock. And the preliminary hearing will be November 12th at 1:30. Then Mr. Proudlock has a probation revocation out of city court, and the allegations are that you failed to complete your intake, you failed to complete domestic violence intake and treatment, failed to complete substance abuse and alcohol evaluation. So, and then you've got a criminal trespass, failure to appear, and a new drug paraphernalia and criminal trespass. So I am going to hold you on a $24.99 bond, appoint the city public defender, and your next court date will be November 19th at 1:30, and I'll enter a denial of the allegations on the PTR. And that's it, sir.
What?
What's your name, sir?
Paul Chavez.
All right. So you are charged with aggravated driving under the influence, going the wrong way. And I don't see any criminal history. Does the state want to be heard on why they're asking for the $20,000?
Yes, Your Honor. Obviously, this is a serious offense in the fact that it puts the public at large in danger. He was driving the wrong way on the freeway. He had a 4 of 6 on the HGN and an open container of marijuana in his vehicle. So the state believes in order to protect the community, the state is asking for a bond.
Okay. So when I first read this defense, I thought maybe he was a student here, but it sounds like maybe he's just visiting here. And so would we be able to find him if he is released?
Yes, Judge. Can I just talk to him for just a moment? So that way, can. And Judge, if I understand correctly, the court is not inclined to grant permission to travel out of state at this stage.
Well, I don't think I would be. I would rather the next judge do that. But I'm not saying I'm not willing to release him, but I don't want to make that kind of decision for the just assigned judge. So.
Oh, okay. I understand. So Judge, Mr. Shivers is explaining to me that he will make some arrangements till he sees a superior court judge to get that travel permission. We are hoping that the court will release Mr. Shivers to pretrial services supervision due to a complete lack of history. And pretrial was able to talk to his mother, who lives in Texas. So he will abide by all court orders at this stage, which is why they're asking for release.
Okay. All right. Well, given the lack of criminal history, I am going to appoint the public defender, order the defendant not to drive without a valid license, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and I will release him to pretrial services. But I am going to say don't leave the state, sir, until you get authorization from a judge this is going to be in front of. And the preliminary hearing will be November 24th at 1:30. And by the way, I grew up in Evanston. It's a great town. So, all right.
Illinois. Appreciate you, Judge.
Silvas.
What's your
For some
name?
reason, I thought it was California, Judge. I don't know why.
Oh. What's your name, sir?
Silvas.
All right, Mr. Silvas, you are charged with possession of a dangerous drug, 2 counts, possession of narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, and you may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug charges in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in getting released from custody? Well, I never say that part, but I'm going to release you anyway. And learning about the STEPS program at your next hearing? Okay. So I will appoint the public defender. Order you not to possess, consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, release you to pretrial services. The STEPS hearing will be November 12th at 9 o'clock. And then counsel, you want to waive time on the preliminary hearing?
Certainly, Judge, and I believe the 45 days puts us to December 17th.
That's what we calculated here too. So that's when the preliminary hearing will be, sir. So make sure you come to that first STEPS hearing, November 12th. Okay.
So,
What's your name, ma'am?
Jillian Steventon.
In charge of possession of a dangerous drug, possession of a narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug charges in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Then I will appoint the public defender to represent you. I will order you not to possess any alcohol or illegal drugs, release you to pretrial services. The STEPS hearing will be November 12th at 9 o'clock. And then counsel, you want to waive time on this one also for the preliminary hearing?
certainly, Judge, and never mind, I'm not going to make a probable cause challenge.
Yeah, well, I'm releasing her, but I get it. I know, I thought of that too, but she's being released. That's the best I can do. So, all right. So December 17th at 1:30 will be the preliminary hearing. And that is it.
Thank you.